the watery star hath been the shepherd's note since we have left our throne without a burden. Time as long again would be filled up, my brother, with our thanks. And yes, we should for perpetuity go hence in death.
Stay your thanks a while and pay them when you part.
Sir, that's tomorrow. I am questioned by my peers who may chance to think upon our absence. Besides, we are your royalty.
We are tougher, brother, than you can put us through it.
No longer stay.
The 1/7 night longer.
Tomorrow.
Mark the time between us, then, and in that I will no gainsay.
Press me not. So, none of the world so soon as yours could win me. My affairs to even drag me homeward, which to hinder were in your love a whip to me. My stay to you would charge and trouble. Say both, farewell, our brother.
Tongue-tied our queen, speak you.
I had thought so to have held my peace until you draw oaths from him not to stay. You surcharge him too coldly. Tell him you're sure all in Bohemia is well.
Well said, Hermione.
To tell he longs to see his son were strong, well, let him say so and let him go. But let him swear so, and he shall not stay. We'll thwack him hence with distaffs. Yet of your royal presence I'll venture to borrow of a week. When at Bohemia you take my lord, I'll give him my commission to let him bear a month behind the jets prefixed for his parting. Yet good deed, Leontes, I love thee not a jar of the cock behind what lady she her lord. You'll stay?
No, madam.
Nay, but you will.
I may not, verily.
Verily? You shall not go. A lady's verily is as potent as a lord. Will you go, yeah? Force me to keep you as a prisoner, not like a guest. So you shall pay your fees when you depart and save your thanks? How say you, my prisoner or my guest? By your dread, verily, one of them you shall be.
Your guest then, madam. For to take prisoners should import offending, which is less easy for me to commit than you to punish.
Not your jailer then, but your kind hostess. Come, I'll question you of my lord's tricks and yours when you were boys. You were pretty lordings then?
We were, fair queen. Two lads who thought there was no more behind for today, tomorrow as today, and to be boy eternal.
Was not my lord the verier wag of the two?
We were as twin lambs that did frisk in the sun, and bleeds the one at the other. What changed was innocence for innocence. We knew not the doctrine of ill-doing, nor dreamed that any did.
By this we gather you have tripped sin.
My most sacred lady, temptations have since been born to's. And in those unfledged days was my wife a girl. And your precious self had then not crossed the eyes of my young playfellow.
Grace to boot. Of this make no conclusion lest you say your queen and I are devils. Yet go on. The offenses we've made you do, we'll answer, if you first sinned with us. And that with us you did continue false, and you slipped not with any but with us.
Is he one yet?
He'll stay, my lord.
My entreaty he would not. Hermione, thou never spoke to better purpose.
Never?
Never but once.
What have I twice said well? When was before? My last good deed was to entreat to stay. What was my first? It hath an elder sister, or I mistake you. Oh, would her name were Grace. But once before I spoke to the purpose. When? Nay, let me have it, I long.
That was when 3 crabbed months had soured themselves to death, ere I could make thee open thy white hand and clap thyself my love. Then didst thou utter, I am yours forever.
Grace indeed. Why, lo you now, I've spoke to the purpose twice. The one forever earned a royal husband.
Too hot! Too hot! To mingle friendships far is mingling bloods. I have tremor cordis on me. My heart dances, but not for joy, not joy. This entertainment may a free face put on, derive a liberty from bounty, from heartiness, from fertile bosom, and well become the agent. May, I grant. Be paddling palms and pinching fingers as now they are, making practice smiles as in a looking glass, and then to sighs for the more to the dear. That is entertainment that my bosom likes not, nor my brows. How now, Lemurius? Art thou my boy?
Aye, my good lord.
I say, why that's my walk-on. What, hast smutched thy nose? They say it is a copy out of mine. Still virginaling upon his thorn. How now, my calf? Art thou my calf? Thou want'st a rough passion that shoots like I have to be full like me. And yet they say we are almost as like as eggs. Women say so. You'll say anything. That to the infection of my brains and the hardening of my brows.
What means Cecilia?
Something seems unsettled.
How now, Lord? How is it with you, best brother?
You look as if you held a brow of much distraction. Are you moved, my lord?
In good earnest to know, looking on the lines of my boy's face, methoughts I did recoil 23 years. How like I was then to this squash, this colonel, this gentleman. Mine honest friend, will you take eggs for money?
No, sir. Quite.
Ah, you will. My happy man be so. My lord, are you so fond of your young prince as we do seem to be of ours?
If at home, sir, with all my exercise, my birth, my manner, sometimes my sworn friend and then mine enemy, my parasite, my soldier, my statesman all. He makes a July's day as short as December, with all his varying childish years being thoughts that would take my blood.
So stands the squire office with me. We two will walk, and leave you to your graver steps. Hermione, how thou lovest us, show in our brother's welcome. Let what is dear in Sicily be cheap. Next to yourself and my young rover, he's a parent to my heart.
You would seek us where yours in the garden. Shall attend you there?
Your own bents dispose you. You'll be found, be you beneath the sky. Go play, boy, play. My mother plays. And I play too. But so disgraced a part whose issue will hiss me to my grave. Contempt and clamor will be my knell. Go play, boy, play. There have been, or I am much deceived, cuckolds there now. And many a man there is, now, even as I speak this, who holds his wife by the arm, and little thinks she has been sluiced in his absence, and is pawned, fished by his next neighbor, by Sir Smile, his neighbor. There's comfort in it. Should all despair that have revolted wives, the 10th of mankind would hang themselves.
I am like you, fair sir.
Some comfort. I like it here. stay longer.
You had much ado to make his anchor hold. When you cast out, it still came home.
9 months he has been here. Notice,
He would not stay at your petitions. Made his business more material. They are here with me already, whispering, rounding. Cecilia is a soul.
how came it, Camillo, that you did stay?
At the good queen's entreaty.
At the Queen. Good should be pertinent, but so it is not. Was this taken by any understanding fate beside?
I think most understand Bohemia stays here longer. Stays here longer.
Why?
To satisfy your highness and the entreaties of our most gracious queen.
Satisfy the entreaties of your mistress. That's Camillo, we have trusted thee with all the nearest things to our heart. But we have been deceived in thy integrity, deceived in that which should seem so.
Be it forbid, my lord.
Divide upon it, you are not honest, or if that way thou inclinest, thou art a coward.
I may be negligent, foolish, and fearful. In every one of these, no man is free. If ever willful negligence, it was my folly. If industriously I played the fool, it was my negligence, not weighing well the end. If ever fearful to do a thing where I the issue doubted, where on the execution did cry out against the non-performance, 'twas the fear which oft infects the wisest. These, my lord, are such allowed infirmities that honesty is never free of. But, beseech your grace, be plainer with me. Let me know my trespass by its own visage. If I deny it, 'tis none of mine.
Are you not seeing? But that's not I think that a couple or her, or to a vision so apparent rumor cannot be, or thought, for cogitation resides not in the man that does not think. My wife is slippery. Confess, if thou wilt. Or else be impudently negative to have nor eyes, nor ears, nor thoughts. Then say my wife the hobbit deserves a name as rank as any flax wench that puts two before her troth light. Say it, and justify it.
I would not be a stander by here, my sovereign mistress clouded so, without my present vengeance taken. True, my heart, you never spoke what did become you less than this, which, to reiterate, were sin as deep as that, though true.
He's whispering nothing. He's leaning cheek to cheek. He's meeting noses. His kisses with inside lips, stopping the career of laughter with a sigh, a note infallible of great knowledge. Looking in the corner. His horse, foot on foot, wishing clocks more swift, hours, minutes, noon, midnight. Is this nothing? Why then the world and all that's in it is nothing. The covering sky is nothing. Bohemia is nothing. My wife is nothing. Nor nothing have these nothings. If this be nothing. Good, my lord. Be cured of this diseased opinion, and betimes, it's most dangerous. Say it be, 'tis true.
No, no, my lord.
You lie! You lie! I say thou liest, Camillo. And I hate thee. Pronounce thee a gross lout, a mindless slave, or else a hovering temporizer who canst with thine eye at once see good and evil, inclining to them both. My wife's liver, as infected as her life, she would not live the running of one glass.
Who does infect her?
He that wears her about his neck like a medal. Bohemia! If I had servants true enough about me, to bear eyes and see like mine honor to their profit, their own particular thrift, they would do what we should undo more doing. That cupbearer that might fight the cup, give mine enemy a lasting wink, which draft to me were cordial.
Do this, and that with no rash potion. both a lingering dram that should work not maliciously like poison. But I cannot believe this crack to be in my dread mistress, so sovereignly being honorable. I have loved thee.
Yeah. Make that thy question, and go wrong. Dost think I am so muddy, so unsettled to appoint myself to this vexation? Sully the purity and whiteness of my sheets, which to preserve is sleep. Which being spotted is goads, nettles, thorns, tails of wasps. Give scandal to the blood of the prince my son, whom I do think is mine, and love as mine, without right moving to it. Could I do this? Could man so blench?
I must believe you. Sir, I do. And will fetch off Bohemia for it, provided that when he's removed, you will again take your queen as yours at first, even for your son's sake, and thereby for sealing the injury of tongues and courts and kingdoms known and allied to yours.
You dost advise me even as I mine own course have set down. I will give no blemish to her honor, none.
Go then, and with a countenance as clear as friendship wears at feast, keep with Bohemia, and with your queen. I am his cupbearer. If for me he have wholesome beverage, account me not your servant.
This is all. Do it, and thou hast the one half of my heart. Do it not, thou splitst thine own.
I'll do it, my lord.
I will appear friendly, as thou hast advised.
Oh, miserable lady. But for me, what case stand I in? I must be the poisoner of good Polixenes, and my ground to do it is the obedience to a master, one who in rebellion with himself will have all that are his so too. To do this deed, promotion follows. If I could find example of thousands that had struck anointed kings and flourished thereafter, I'd not do it. But nor brass, nor stone, nor parchment bears not one. Let villainy itself forswear it. I must forsake the court. Do it or no is certain to me a breakneck. Happy star, reign now! And comes Bohemia.
This is strange. Thinks my favor here begins to warp, not speak. Ah, good day, Camillo.
Hail, most royal sir.
What's the news in the court?
And rare, my lord.
The king hath on him such confidence. He hath lost some province and a region, loved to be loved himself. Even now I met him with customary compliments when he, wafting his eyes to the contrary, and falling a lip of much contempt, speeds from me, and so leaves me to consider that thus changes his manners.
I dare not know, my lord.
How dare not? Do not? Do you know and dare not be intelligent to me? My good Camillo, your changed complexions are a mirror which shows me mine changed too, for I must be a party in this alteration, finding myself thus altered with it.
There is a sickness which puts some of us in distemper, but I cannot name the disease, and it is caught of you that yet are well.
Oh, God, make me not sighted like the basilisk. I've looked on thousands who have sped the better by my regard, but killed no so. You know aught which does improve my knowledge thereof to be informed. Imprison not in ignorant concealment.
I may not answer.
A sickness caught of me, and yet I well. I must be answered. Dost thou hear me, Camillo? I conjure thee by all parts of man, which honor does acknowledge, the least which is not this suit of mine, that thou declare what incidency is creeping toward me. How far off? How near? Which way to prevent it, if to be, if not, how best to bear it?
Sir, I will tell you, since I am charged in honor by him that I think honorable. Therefore, mark my counsel, which must be even as swiftly followed as I mean to utter it, or both yourself and me cry lost, and so good night.
On, good Camillo.
I'm appointed him to murder you.
best blood turn to an infected jelly, and my name be yoked with his that did betray the best. Turn then my precious reputation to a savor that may strike the dullest nostril where I arrive. My approach be shunned, nay, hated too, worse than the grace infection that was e'er heard or read.
Squares thought over by each particular star in heaven, by all their influences. You may as well forbid to see, for to obey the moon, as or by oath remove, or counsel shake the fabric of his foundation, which is piled upon his faith, and will continue the standing of his body.
How should this grow?
I know not, but I am sure 'tis safer to avoid what's grown than question how 'tis born. Therefore, if you dare trust mine honesty, that lies enclosed in this trunk, which you shall bear along your pawn, away, tonight. Your followers I will whisper to their business, and by twos and threes and several posterns, clear them of the city. For myself, I'll put my fortunes at your service, which here by this discovery are lost. Be not uncertain, for by the honor of my parents I have uttered truth, which, if you seek to prove, I dare not stand by, nor shall you be safer than one condemned by the king's own mouth, thereon his execution sworn.
I do believe thee. I saw his heart's face. Give me thy hand. Be pilot to me, and thy places shall still neighbor mine. My ships are ready, and my people did expect thy hence departure 2 days hence. This jealousy is for a precious creature. As she's rare, must it be great. And as his person mighty, must it be violent. And as he does conceive that he is dishonored by a man who is professed to him, why, revenge must be in that made more bitter. Fear o'ershades me. With expedition be my friend, comfort the gracious queen. Part of it being but nothing, but ill taken suspicion. I will respect thee, brother Philo, if thou bearest my life off. Hence, let us avoid.
It is in mine authority to command the keys to all the posterns. Please, your highness, to take the surgeon tower. Come, sir, away!